So, today I'm going to talk about probably the most powerful and underrated non-mythic dagger in the game, Roulette. You guys are probably like, what the fuck? But it's just some random gimmick rare item. How can it possibly be the best? And put simply, item makers just forgot to nerf it. Roulette has insanely low base damage, but it makes up for it with tons of thunder damage percent. This gives it a crazy amount of spell damage before even wearing any gear. This means that prior to the strength and dexterity changes, the only way that we could reasonably increase the damage of Roulette was through Raw Spell, which directly adds damage. When the strength and dex changes came out though, the item makers conveniently forgot to nerf it to account for this. So we have this item that alone does significantly high damage, and we can increase it with both strength, dexterity, and Raw Spell. Alright, so here's the build. So starting with the bling, I just got Prowess and Prism to give us some skill points, And then we got Eyes on All for the Mana Steal and Negative Tears, which give us that super slow attack speed, which is phenomenal for playing with Mana Steal. Lastly, I chose Old Keeper's Ring, which gives us Greed, a major ID, which is our form of health sustain. Botus Shirt, I got Wind Shear, which complements Old Keeper's by giving it stealing. And also it has a solid amount of Raw Spell, which is one of our main forms of increasing damage. Lastly, it has some mana, which is nice. I'm using Demon Tide as the trousers for a couple of reasons. It reduces our spell cost to give us great mana efficiency. And since spell percent and elemental damage percent work additively, having a negative 30 is basically no penalty, because on the scale of 1100%, minus 30 is basically nothing. For the hat, we got Spark Weaver for the EHP through health and skill points, as well as some mana steal. For the shoes, I chose Magnet Repulsor because it's one of the best damage items in the game and has solid mana steal. If you're not totally broke though, you can also use Stardew because it's basically a direct upgrade to Magnet Repulsor. That's basically the whole build. Here are the stats on the screen, check them out. Another version of the build, the one that I'm currently using, is by replacing the helmet with Guillotine, which gives mana steal, damage, and life steal, and also switching the shirt for Soul Flare, which gives mana and skill points as well as more life steal. For the accessories, all you gotta do is swap around to get Finesse and Unspeakable, and then that's it. This version of the build is a little more glassy and doesn't have any agility. Instead of Greed, it has some life steal, and it has slightly more damage, as you can see on the screen. So Roulette has really nice stats, as you can see, but at its heart, it's still a gimmick item. So you have this chance to do 37,000 damage in one attack, but you can also just do literally 1,000, so keeps it interesting, pretty fun. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, put them in the comments, and that's all.